Hello there. Thank you very much for joining me again for the presentation today. Basically, today we are going to look at how to write methodology. We have already looked at how to write an executive summary. We went ahead and looked at how to write an introduction and background. Now we want to look at how to write methodology, basically. And the methodology that we use basically helps us to communicate to our audience. It helps us to make our audience to understand and verify what we have been talking about in terms of whether our findings are valid and relevant. So how do we write a methodology? Basically, a methodology is an essential part of research or a report. It gives a detailed description of what we've done, the process we use to support your findings. It also gives us a sneak peek of how we had a roadmap that led us to conclude what we concluded. Therefore, methodology is important and it needs to be well written so that it describes the tactics that we use to present the case. So why is a methodology important? Of course, what I've given in the introduction bit shows that methodology is important. So through methodology, proper written methodology, we legitimize our research and our findings. It helps us to ensure that our findings are reliable. The results that we went out to get are reliable. It helps the reader, the audience that we are addressing, to follow and accept the practices that we used. So it helps the audience to validate what we are talking about. So the methodology you report needs to be repeatable. It needs to have meaning to anyone who uses the methods and who writes about it. So how do we write a methodology? Basically, I have enlisted here. This link is on our website, so it will be shared with the lesson. You can revisit it and read it. So we have enlisted here the tips to write or steps to write a methodology. Basically, the first one is to ensure that the problem, the issue, the subject matter that you are addressing is properly stated in the methodology. It allows the reader to understand, to follow your step-to-step methodological thought process. So restating your problem or subject or thesis provides you an opportunity to address any assumptions you have made in your research and to do a list of variables. We know we have dependable and dependent variables. So dependent and independent variables. So it's important that you categorize this. So it helps you to explain the approach that you used, basically the reasoning that you used, whether you are looking at qualitative research, so or whether you want to blend the two, then it gives you an opportunity to do that. If you're using an uncommon methodology, then it's an opportunity for you to talk about it and why you picked an uncommon methodology in your in populating your findings. It helps you to describe how you collected the data, how you sampled out, how you either stratified or random sampled your data, and what did you consider? Did you consider the kind of data that you're getting, whether it's qualitative or quantitative? Then it helps you to explain the methods you used to analyze the data you collected, which software you used, and looking at the accuracy of the data. Confidence levels are brought out here when you are doing this. Then it helps you to evaluate and justify the methodology choices you made. It is important also to bring out the obstacles and solutions that you came across and cite the sources that you used. So when you do this, then you are properly grounded to write a proper methodology. I have enlisted here tips for writing a methodology. You go through them as you are doing your next assignment. Just go through them and see how you're going to use them now and also in the future in your day-to-day work. Thank you very much. Let's meet in the next clip.